Hari Om children. In today's story, we are going to learn about an important virtue that we all human beings should have, and that is of Tyag, sacrifice. If you scan across Bharatvarsha, you will find umpteen stories of supreme sacrifice done by people for their gods, their gurus, their country, for their kingdom, or for mankind in general. Today's story is no different. Though it is a lesser known story, it has its relevance and significance even till date. So let's listen to Maharishi Dadichi's story. Maharishi Dadichi, or Dadyancha as he was called, was an ardent Shiva Bhakt, and he lived in a secluded forest in the present day Naimisharanya, Uttar Pradesh, with his wife. He used to meditate for long hours, conduct many yajnas, and do lot of tapas for the general welfare of the mankind. It was around the same time that an asura by the name Vritasura had emerged, and he, like all the other asuras that we know, like Hiranyakashipu or Mahishasura, had taken a boon that he cannot be killed by any weapon made of either a metal or wood. Because in those days, the weapons were made of only these two things. Now, thinking that he was invincible, he went ahead destroying people, property. He also started attacking the Devas and threw them out of the Devalok. So much so that he went ahead even destroying their weapons. Now Indra felt, well, I will come up with a solution to take care of him. But right now, I need to first take care of my weapons because I will need them later. So he collected all the weapons from all the Devas, took it and looked for a place where he could keep them safely. And he found Maharishi Dadichi's ashram in a secluded forest. He felt this is an apt place for me to keep these weapons. He took it to Maharishi Dadichi and requested, and Maharishi Dadichi readily accepted because this would benefit the mankind overall. After Indra left, Maharishi Dadichi spent a lot of time safeguarding the weapons. Because of this, he was unable to do any meditation or any yajnas. He was worried while he is meditating. What if the asuras came and attacked and took away all the weapons? Now he was tired of doing this because he wanted to get back doing his rituals. So he came up with a plan. He took a big pot and put all the weapons into it, poured some water and chanted some mantras, and all the weapons turned into water. Maharishi Dadichi quickly drank it all up and felt happy that now the weapons are safe inside my body. In the meanwhile, Indra, who had tried different things to attack and defeat Vritasura, thought I should go to Mahavishnu for help. He quickly went to Mahavishnu and said, Hey Deva, please tell me how do I defeat or kill this Vritasura? Mahavishnu said, For that you will have to go to Maharishi Dadichi. Indra was confused. But how is Maharishi Dadichi going to help me? He has nothing else except my weapons. And those weapons are not going to work on Vritasura. What do I do? But because Mahavishnu had said it, he went to Maharishi Dadichi, only to be shocked that his weapons also did not exist anymore. They were all inside Maharishi's body in form of bones. Maharishi Dadichi said, Don't worry, Indra. All you have to do is kill me, and automatically you can take my bones and get your weapons back. Indra said, No, I cannot kill you. That will be a big sin that I would be doing. Maharishi Dadichi agreed, and without wasting a moment, he quickly sat in front of a sacrificial fire that was already lit. he sat and chanted mantras. Within few minutes, his soul left the body, and what remained were his mortal remains with the bones. Indra was shocked at the sacrifice made by Maharshi Dadichi for something that he was not even related to. But knowing that this supreme sacrifice was for a greater cause, they took the bones and started making different weapons. Well, one important bone, that's the spinal cord that connected the ribs. This particular bone was taken and a special weapon was made. Any guesses which weapon it was? Let me give you a hint. It was for Indra. Yes, that's the Vajrayudha. The Vajrayudha is the weapon made out of Maharshi Dadichi's bones. Indra took this weapon and he went ahead and killed Vritasura with it immediately. Well, the story is not over yet. It was Maharshi Dadichi's story that inspired Savitribai Khanolkar to design India's highest military decoration. Who was Savitribai Khanolkar? Well, she was a Swiss national who got married to Indian Army Captain Vikram Ramji Khanolkar. She came to India as a young bride and was instantly in love with the Sanatana Dharma. She quickly learned Sanskrit and spent a lot of time reading and understanding the scriptures, the Upanishads, the Vedas, the Bhagavatam, the Purana, and the Itihasa of Sanatana Dharma in general. It is because of her this passion that she was chosen to design the major gallantry awards for the Indian defense. She has designed the Veer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Ashok Chakra, the Shaurya Chakra and the Kirti Chakra. Well, but why she was planning to design the Param Veer Chakra, which was given to the ultimate brave in a war situation? She chose to get inspired by Maharshi Dadichi's story, and she designed the Paramveer Chakra depicting the Vajrayudha. So children, Maharshi Dadichi's story inspires the young and the brave soldiers in our defense till date by showing them what the Paramveer Chakra represents. This 26th January, while we celebrate the 72nd Republic Day of our country, it also marks the 72nd anniversary of establishing the Paramveer Chakra. So on this day, when you remember all the brave hearts who have served this country, let us also take a moment and remember Maharshi Dadichi, whose supreme sacrifice for the mankind has benefited all of us. Hari Om.